My name is Sarah Whitman. I'm 41, a mother, a wife, and someone who thought had everything figured out until something unexpected happened in the quiet of her own home. I never imagined needing to be caught off guard, especially not be my stepson. Life has a strange way of unfolding when you least expect it, like a flower blooming in the cracks of a sidewalk. And the small gesture he made that week, it stayed with me. A quiet echo of a moment that changed everything. I married Michael Whitman Steven years ago. He was a widower with a son, Liam, who was just 10 when he stepped into their lives. Becoming part of a family that was already halfway built wasn't simple. Liam was respectful but closed off, kind but cautious. Like a young bird testing its wings but not yet ready to fly. I never tried to push. I didn't need to, Mom. I just wanted to be someone Heckle count on. A steady presence in a world that had already thrown him a curveball. Over time, things smoothed out. We found our rhythm. School mornings with hurried breakfasts, weekend dinners with Michael's favorite lasagna, quiet holidays where we'd exchange small gifts and smaller smiles. Liam always called me Sarah, never anything more. And that was okay. Michael was a good man, steady and kind, but his work in corporate security kept them traveling a lot. His job took him across the country, sometimes for weeks, leaving Liam and me to hold down the effort. I kept things running, meals, errands. The occasional band-aid for a scraped knee when Liam was younger, and with her helping with algebra homework when asked, his voice hesitant, but trusting. Liam grew up into a sharp, observant young man, still quiet, still guarded, but thoughtful in a way that always caught me off guard, like catching a glimpse of sunlight through heavy clouds. Then came the summer before Liam started his final year of high school. Michael had left for a 2-week trip to Toronto, and it was just Liam and me in our modest suburban home. I expected a quiet stretch, some movies, frozen dinners, maybe time to finally clean out the attic, which was overflowing with boxes of old photos and forgotten trinkets. But things shifted suddenly at first, like the first notes of a song you didn't expect. To hear Liam started helping out more. I'd be carrying a heavy box down the hall, my arms straining, and suddenly he was there lifting it from my hands with any strength. One afternoon I came downstairs from a nap, still groggy, and found the kitchen spotless. Dishes washed, counters wiped, even the sink gleaming. Another morning, he handed me a mug of coffee out on the back deck where I like to read. The summer air warm and thick with the scent of blooming jasmine. He didn't say much, just sat beside me with his own cup, his long legs stretched out, his eyes on the horizon. I didn't say anything either. Teenagers can be unpredictable. Sometimes they're just in a good place. But that Friday night, something caught me completely off guard. I'd been cleaning the den all day, sorting through old magazines and dusting shelves until I was dead on my feet. My hair was a mess, tied back in a half-a-zard bun, and I was in old clothes, a faded t-shirt and sweatpants smudged with dust. I was just about to collapse onto the couch when Liam walked in holding a small paper bag, his expression unreadable. "I got you something," he said, his voice soft but deliberate. I blinked, cut off balance. For me, he nodded, a faint flush creeping up his neck. "You be enjoying so much. Figured you deserved something nice." Inside the bag was a set of hand creams, sandalwood and lavender, my favorites. I hadn't even remembered mentioning the essence to him, yet here they were, carefully chosen. I opened the box, the rich, familiar fragrance wafting up. And I smiled, surprised, my chest tightening with an emotion I couldn't quite name. "Thank you." "Liam," I said, my voice quicker than I intended. He shrugged, but he was clearly watching closely, his dark eyes searching for me. Reaction. "You always do a lot for Dad and me. I guess I just wanted you to know it matters." I didn't know what to say. The words hit like a warm wave, unexpected and overwhelming. I reached out, touched his arm, and said, "That really means a lot." My voice cracked just a little, and I hoped he didn't notice. He smiled just barely, then stood. "I'll order Thai. You still love green curry, right?" I nodded, still clutching the little box. And hell left me sitting there, holding that gift like it was more than just hand cream, like it was a bridge between us, built with care. That night, we ate together, the spicy warmth of green curry filling the kitchen. We laughed over a ridiculous sci-fi movie, its over-the-top effects sparking jokes we hadn't shared before. We talked late into the night about school, his friends, even his dreams of study engineering. It was the most natural, comfortable time we'd ever shared. Something had changed and I could feel it like the air after a summer rain. The next morning I woke to a clean kitchen and a note next to my plate. Hope you like it. Thanks for being you. The handwriting was Liam's neat but unpretentious. And I stared at it for a long time, the words sinking deep. I tucked the note into my pocket, a small treasure I'd keep. Over the next few days, we fell into idiocy rhythm. We tackled the attic together, laughing over old photos of Mitchell in his awkward college years, and took a trip to the local farmer's market, where Liam insisted on carrying bags of peaches and tomatoes. One evening, we sat on the deck again, this time with a shared bowl of popcorn, watching the stars emerge in the indigoski. He told me about a book he was reading, a sci-fi novel about time travel, and I shared stories of my own childhood, things I hadn't thought about in years. It felt like we were meeting each other for the first time, not as stepmother and stepson, but as people. When Michael came home a few days later, I told him everything, my words tumbling out over coffee at the kitchen table. Hesmold, his eyes warm with pride. He's not a kid anymore. And it's clear he sees you for who you really are. Eric, for both of us, not from that point on, things between Liam and me felt easier, like a knot had been untied. We shared more moments, bookstore visits where we'd browse for hours, long walks through the neighborhood park, even real conversations about his future, his fears, his hopes. When he got into a university across the country, I helped him pack, folding his clothes and slipping a photo of the three of us into his suitcase. On the day he left, he hugged me tighter than a bear, his arms strong and sure, and whispered, "You've been more than a stepmom. You've been real family." He smiled, holding back tears that stung my ears. "You always have been, Liam," he whispered back, my voice thick. Now he smiles away navigating college life, but sends the occasional text or a picture of a new book he's reading. Last week he messaged, "This one reminded me of you," with a photo of a novel about family and second chances, and it smiled, my heart full, because now we single quotes reconnected, not by name or title, but by choice, by time, and by the quiet understanding that grew between us. It all started with a small, unexpected gift. A gesture that opened a door I didn't know was there. Love doesn't always show up in grand ways. Sometimes it's just a set of hand creams, a mug of coffee on a quiet morning, or a note beside breakfast that says, "I see you, you matter, you're relevant."